Welcome back to season number 2 of SortitoutSI FC, the save where we take our created club all the way to the top. And if you remember last season, or if you're just joining us fresh, we got to the playoff semi-finals in our very first campaign. Obviously, we were predicted to finish about 20th, so getting to the playoff semi-finals to lose to Wrexham over 2 legs was not a bad effort whatsoever. We're joining now at the beginning of season number 2. We're going to go through what's happened over the summer, some of the transfers we've made, and basically our hopes and prospects for the new season. So, without further ado, we'll go and have a look at the transfer history, and now we want to have a look as well of released players. So we got rid of a load of basically second string players, so Wassell, Maguire, Wiltshire, Yarney, Johnson and Harkin. Most of them probably didn't feature in any of the episodes, so you might not be aware of many of them. But transfers out as well. So Ryan Cassidy went to Burton, who have basically bought a load of players off us, well, 2, for about £70,000. He was basically 3rd or 4th choice striker throughout the season. Played 10 times in the league, I believe. Three times off the bench, 3 times starting. Hang on, I can't count. I'm looking at the wrong place here. 1 start, 9 substitute appearances, another 6, as I mentioned, 3 and 3 on cup competitions. Got 2 goals, is basically what I'm saying. He wasn't that great. So he's off to Burton Albion. And so is Jordan Smith, who was kind of putting himself as potentially first choice keeper, but he did 23 league games out of the 46, 30 in total. So it was very much split for split, but we've got a new keeper in, so he has gone to Burton for a whopping £185,000. So that's not bad at all, really. Right, well, at the beginning of July, when the transfer window opened, we got Alfie Kilgore in from Mansfield on a free, obviously, not spending any money, it's League Two. But he comes in to bolster our defence. He's a no-nonsense centre-back. Looks pretty good, basically good in the air. Decent tackling and marking, everything looks pretty as you'd expect for League Two. 3.5 star, could still improve a little bit. He's only 26, but he's going to come into our starting 11. Regan Booty, and it's a new day, yes it is, has joined as a midfielder. Again, deep line playmaker, central midfielder, going to play in the centre of the park. Another 26-year-old, came from Gateshead last season, I believe, that's correct, yet National League with Gateshead. He's joining us in midfield. Also midfield, a bit more experience this time. Corey Smith, 33-year-old, was at Derby. He's been around plenty of other places as well. Probably not quite as good quality as Booty, but he's got the experience factor in his favour as well. And speaking of experience, our Belgian goalkeeper Sebastien Bruzzese comes in. He's from Cercle Bruges, and he's joining on a 3-year contract, I think, £4,500 a week, basically to give us that much needed first choice goalkeeper. Ignore the fact he's number 13. That's because the goalkeeper we got rid of was number 13 and the other one was number 1. But he is coming in as our first choice, that is for sure. But he's injured, so he's not going to start in the first few games of the season. But got loads of experience, mainly in Belgium. In fact, pretty much entirely in Belgium. So we'll see how he does as he comes over to England in League Two. Then we've got a mouthful, Conan Lemonhay Evans. The Lemon, we'll call him. He's Welsh, 27, another midfielder, this time an attacking midfielder. Comes from Stockport, who won, I believe, League Two last season. Let's just double check that. Yes, they did. Stockport League Two winners last season. He was there. He's now here. So that's an addition to our squad. Basically, after Sardi's loan expired, we haven't brought him back on loan. In fact, we haven't got any loan signings yet. So that's something we're going to look for throughout the rest of August to try and fill out any gaps we may potentially have in the squad. But he comes in, as does another attacking midfielder. We've jumped down to Finlay Thorndike, 22. Again, providing depth in the shadow striker roles. He's got, again, some decent attributes. He's got some decent finishing, dribbling, first touch, composure. Plenty of other good things off the ball. His physicals look really good as well. Well, really solid as well. So we're bringing him in. I think he's been... Let's have a look at his history, actually. Where was he? Youth at West Brom. He's been to Villa, Birmingham and Boston and kind of just all around, not really making many games. So he's only had 12 appearances so far. It was 4 on loan at Alfchurch in the Southern Premier Central and 8 in the National League North. So this is a new level for him. Hopefully he can prove that he's good enough. And the final signing we made was Ollie Crankshaw, who we've basically brought in as cover on the right-hand side of midfield and potentially on the left as well for the currently injured Knockaert, but we needed basically someone in that right midfield role. He's not as good quality as some of the other signings we made, but he's 25, can improve, and is going to be solid backup. So this is the squad. Riley Owen is still our best player. And speaking of Riley Owen, the board accepted a 1.1 million transfer from Huddersfield, and they agreed to loan him back to us, and he said no. Excellent. And then he signed a new contract and tried to put in a release clause of $500,000, which I didn't agree to. I eventually bumped him up to 1.2. So thankfully, unless we don't get promoted, then he can go for an absolute pittance. But I thought he was gone, but back on loan, which I was resigning myself to. It was fine having him back on loan. We probably that's okay. But he didn't want to leave, so excellent. He's now here for another few seasons. Mothersill is still here, still highly rated. Still wants to leave. Still, it probably isn't going to impress as much. I can't get rid of him though. Nobody wants him. Knockout, obviously, really good quality player. Injured at the moment. Final few mentions. Quite a few people are considering their options at the end of their contracts. So McClelland and Bailey Spencer-Adams. So that's two of our key defenders. Not fantastic. Second choice goalkeeper Ben Garrett is considering options. Oh well, never mind. But hopefully Braziz doesn't get injured again. And okay, so that is an overview of the squad. We're going to see if we can make a few more movements and see if anything needs to happen. But I think we're pretty content with where we are. I don't know if there's anyone else we need to bring in and look at. Potentially a second or third string striker, because we're currently, although we've got Kazim Ikong on the bench at the moment, he's got some great potential. Could improve a lot. He's currently National League North-South standard player, but he's on the bench today because Mothersill's injured, so it's Talage up front. But basically, that's where we are. We're playing AFC Wimbledon in our first fixture, who, if you remember, we beat towards the end of last season to secure our playoff place. If we have a look here, we beat them 2-1, and they got knocked out in the playoff semi-finals as well. So they're kind of the same. It's going to be a good test, basically, for us, because they're kind of at the same level we are. At home, in the opening fixture, at Brisbane Road. Let's move ourselves through to kickoff, and this is our starting 11. So, as mentioned, Braziz is injured. Knockout is injured. They would usually feature in goal and on the right wing, but they're not today because they're injured, obviously. So we've got Garrett in goal. Kilgore, new signing, Spencer-Adams and McClelland, our three-man defence. Owen, Booty and Woods alongside Crankshaw in midfield. Again, Booty, new signing. Gamble gets the nod ahead of Lemonhay Evans because he's only just joined, so he's not quite up to fitness yet. Neither is Thorndyke, but both are on the bench. And obviously Osorio was a star player last season. And Talage up front because he's our best striker, because Mothersill just does not perform for us, and he's injured anyway. So there we go, that's our 11. We need to give squad players numbers to two members of the youth team who have come through. There we go, 31 and 32, nice and inventive. Let's get to the first game of the season at home against AFC Wimbledon. Obviously, they were a good, strong side last season. We played well against them towards the end of the campaign to secure that playoff berth before losing to Wrexham. So hopefully we're not going to do the same. Well, we are going to do the same today, but we're not going to lose to Wrexham because we're not playing them. We'll flick the league table on here, even though it is game number 1 of the season and everyone is still drawing. MK Dons and Swindon in the early kickoff. Finished 1-1 as well. 15 minutes gone, and it's our first highlight. Booty with the corner, whips it in. It is cleared, but only as far as Gamble on the edge of the area, who shoots. It's parried away, and that just about is gotten rid of, but we're managing to keep it there. Kilgore, Woods has intercepted Booty. Talage, Osorio's free, and Osorio, who usually scores, blazes it high and wide as a good first couple of opportunities in this game, all in that highlight. We're going to build again, 19th minute, sorry. Osorio goes back to Woods, who feeds Osorio. Talage has dropped deep. Booty and Gamble linking up. Osorio's made the overlap. He's got into some space. He shoots, but it's another good save by Broom, who pushes it wide, and Osorio is eager to keep the momentum going. He's run to the corner to put in another ball. Can he find the head of anyone? We've got some big lads at the back post, but Kilgore, who is the aforementioned big lad at the back post, didn't get on the end of it, so never mind. But the highlights are coming thick and fast. It's the 22nd minute now, and AFC Wimbledon have found loads of space on that far side, but they've cut inside where all of our defenders are, and they found their way through, and it's been offside and knocked wide anyway. But that was a dangerous move. They caught us on the break. We have so far been the better side. We've got all the momentum in our favour. Crankshaw, first time we've mentioned him inside. Osario's got it again. There was nobody on the overlap, but Spencer Adams into Woods. Woods finds Owen out left, who cuts it back inside to Booty, who's going to put all of his booty into it when he puts the ball into the box. He finds Crankshaw at the back post. No, he doesn't. It's cleared by the defence, but Woods has collected it. We're going to go again. Whip another ball in. Back post to Large. Header just wide. So close. Outstanding ball to the back post. And Talage could have done a little bit better, but he didn't quite get that on target. 30 minutes gone. Once again, we are in control of this one, despite not scoring. But Talage links up nicely there, brings it back. He's dropped deep, and we're going to try and pass through as Kilgo goes all the way back to Garrett. Finds McClelland out on the inside of our right-hand flank. Osario out to Crankshaw. He's going to make his run, though. Crankshaw doesn't wait for him, goes back post. There's no one there, and it's cleared, but only as far as Spencer Adams once again, who finds Talage, who cuts inside, shoots, and scores. That's his first goal of the season. And he has picked up where he left off last campaign. I think he got 20 last season. I know Osario got a little bit more from that shadow striker range, but they linked up very nicely all year long. And we are 1-0 ahead as we get towards half-time. We want to keep this pressure going, get a second goal before the break. Garrett finds Kilgore, who just decides to turn back and take his time. Spencer Adams with a searching ball to Osario brings it down. Crankshaw's in space, and he's not quite lost his man. He's gone round him, though. Ball to the back post. Talage is there. It's cleared, but only as found his Booty. Gamble shoots. Gamble gets on the score sheet. He might be number 9, but I'm not going to expect him to play that many games this season. Once the rest of our shadow strikers are up to full fitness, and he's turned and shot, though, he might be securing his place in the side anyway. Owen with a throw-in to Crankshaw, back post to Large, and it's off the underside of the bar, and it's 3-0, and we are not even at half-time yet. A fantastic start to this game. To Large with a brace, and he's definitely knocked off the name of Tolaj, because Talage has got 2 goals out of our 3, and we have literally, at the end of that first half, gone from 0 to 60, or rather 0 to 3, and took complete control of the game. Do we need to make any substitutions? Conscious it's the first game of the season, some legs aren't quite as tested as others. I'm going to be intrigued as to whether I can bring Kazim Ekong on later on in the game if we are well and truly secured of the 3 points. Famous last words. And obviously some of those new signings who have come in later on in the window, so Lemon and Thorndyke. Lemonhay Evans, I think, to give him his full title. Sir Lemonhay Evans will probably be coming on very shortly as we get into this second half. And the first highlight comes 15 minutes in, half an hour to go. Ball to the back post is just about dealt with. Crankshaw's picked up a knock. We're going to bring him. Oh, that's well blazed over. That was a poor shot / cross. We'll try here. Crankshaw can come off. Corey Smith is going to come on to the right flank. He's not a natural right winger, but there we go. That's what we are dealing with today. We're going to bring Wisdom on for McClelland. Wisdom, I've clicked on him. Now we're going to have a look at him. He's our 31-year-old former vice-captain. He's been knocked out of the starting 11 because of some of the signings we've made. And what are we going to do here? We're going to bring... Gamble's had a good game, so's Osario, but I want to try out Sir Lemonhay Evans to see if he's any good. Potentially we bring him on for Booty. Yeah, we'll bring him on for Booty, and we also want to try out Thorndyke as well. So we'll bring Thorndyke on for Osario, and then as we get a little bit further into this second half, we're going to use our final sub and bring on some fresh young legs in Kazim Ekong up front for Talage. Hopefully Talage will have got his hat-trick by the time that happens, and here is a highlight which hopefully will give us that 4th goal. Woods to Thorndyke, new substitution, new signing, back to Wisdom, the subs linking up nicely. Talage has dropped deep but lost the ball, and it's gone back through the AFC Wimbledon defence. They're going to come down this right-hand side, but we're going to hopefully snuff out any attacks. Riley Owen is there as well. Should be in a Huddersfield shirt, but he decided he wanted to stay at Susie. Smith has taken it back to Wisdom. He's decided he doesn't want to stretch his legs, but Wisdom's found a ball over the top. Gamble can't get on the end of it, though, and it's broken here for Will Davison. I think it's Will Davison. Oh, but Robinson's in loads of space. He's got through. Zach Robinson has scored. Hopefully just a consolation goal for Wimbledon, as we're going to drop to cautious and potentially not ruin this game. 15 minutes to go is when we're going to make our young player join the fray. Ekong has come on for Talage, but he's not going to play as a target forward because he's not very good at it. Shall we go? Let's go for advanced forward on attack. and see how he gets on. The youngster, one of our, obviously, our first youth intake. He's probably the best or most potential player out of the bunch, and we are going into the last 5 minutes of the game, and it looks like we are going to cruise to a 3-1 victory in our opening contest. 2/3 of the possession, 67%, loads of chances, 12 shots, 7 on targets, 3 goals, to large with a brace, and man of the match performance. Gamble got the other, and there we have it. 3-1 victory at home at Brisbane Road, in just under 9,000 in attendance, 8,800 and something. But that is a comfortable victory. A confident performance. Puts us 3rd place after the first game. Well done, everyone. Pretty much done really well. Crankshaw's picked up an injury, and he's supposed to be our injury cover, which is not great. Kilgore made it a great debut. Talage got 2 goals, 9.1 rating. Lots of lovely pieces of news. Right, what we are going to do is we're going to leave it there. We've had a review of the summer. We've had our first game. We'll come back at some point in the not too distant future for a potential clash against Chesterfield maybe, or Fleetwood towards the end of September. Chesterfield, newly promoted side. Maybe we'll have a look basically to see how they go, but we're away. We're at home there. I kind of want to play away against a team who plays in blue just to get the orange kit some screen time. So we'll come back maybe for an away game against a team in blue. I don't know, but if we do any more signings over the summer transfer, potentially a couple of loans, I'm not really sure where we need them though. The squad looks really strong, but we'll be back, we'll cover those, we'll get some more matches in, and we'll hopefully go on the charge towards promotion. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe, enjoy the video, hit like, all of the above, watch everything. I'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot.